because it has ridiculous stat requirements, 412 strength and 300 int, you need to be level 60 and you have to have a lot of stat points. So I made this. As you can see, I have 372 strength and 304 int, as well as 132 life. That's enough to survive at level 60. If you have better gear, you can do it better, but you know, let's go over it. So first you go down to light and armor, you pick up Warrior's Blood, it's very good. Then you go up to block nodes. These will be useless for leveling probably, but they will be very good when you actually switch to Mjolner. Point fight is just like, it sucks, but you have to take it. And you go up left to Irresolute Technique, because you do not want to crit. I can emphasize this enough. If you crit, you will die. Then first you go up to the witch area and you go on the outer line because there's a lot of block nodes. These block nodes will become very, very useful. You pick up the strength and health nodes where you have to. Here's some more. You want to get static lows because you want to shop when you hit level 60. You can save this for last basically. You pick up some strength and then you dive down here to, well, you don't really have to when leveling, just do it once you hit level 60 because it's useful for the int and the damage. Pick up this. As you can see, you go right past Eldritch Battery. If you want to get mana, this is very useful. I prefer Aegis Aurora, which is very good for dealing with Reflect. That's just my personal opinion. Pick up this life node, it's huge for strength. Pick up these two int nodes to get 300 int because it's next to life and I want to get this life later on. And you dive down here to mental acuity so you can pick up these life nodes later on and the dex node. So when you hit level 60, you will have one extra point left if you don't do Merciless Act 3. For the bandits, you have to take Kraityn and Cruel for the attack speed, and you have to help Oak in normal for the life. This is a life build, by the way. You also go up here because it goes past some really major keystone nodes. Dexterity is actually surprisingly useful because it allows you to use faster attacks. You need to have about 108 dexterity, I think. So unless you get that on gear, you need to get a new passive 3. You go up here in dex, and then the Templar node is important to these right 3 nodes, so you can pick up these. They have 20 strength each, it's huge. Yeah, as you can see, it's really not optimal. It just is the base line of the tree. This is like your heart. You expand from here. There's lightning damage over here. There's spell damage over here. There's more lightning damage here. There's life here. Some Eldritch Battery. There's mana and life. There's block nodes. Yeah. Why I want to go here because there's 3 block nodes over here I want to go to at a later level. Also, of course, elemental adaptation, very important to go for. I'd say block is more preferable earlier on though. Also, there's this Faith in Steel. You're probably going to be stacking armor and energy shields. So later on you can go through here. You can skip this whole section if you get enough stats in your gear. So that's level 60. Now let's see what level 83 looks like. you can see. I ditched this section because I got more stats. Picked up Heart of the Warrior with life nodes. Heart of the Warrior is good if you do not have a lot of life on your gear. 236% increased life, that's enough in my opinion. 84% increased armor currently. Let's see what else. Increased defenses from shields, nice. 63% lightning damage, 25% chance of shock. 15% increased attack speed. Very important. As you can see, I skipped out of these two int nodes and went through the spell damage instead. It's an extra point, but you get 30% spell damage. Put this live. I didn't pick up the block yet, and I don't know if I will yet, because each of these nodes is going to give me about 1000 armor. And since I use Aegis Aurora, that's going to be huge. Skipped out of these. Yeah, everything is gear dependent in this build. Well, the damage is not. You could do this without these damage nodes and you could still one-shot everything. But I just prefer to do it a little bit quicker. Whoa. Okay, that was the build. Next video will be about how to actually